It's your guy who is never lying. Sometimes defiant, TP Way the Giant. All my Giant soldiers, giant salute to you, man. Please make sure that you stay engaged, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. We going up, up, and up. We are still on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So, man, let's not play around, man. Let us get there. I can't get there without your participation. But let's talk about it, man. Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward? You have one half of the fan base that feels one way, that stands on one side. You have another half of the fan base that feels one way, that stands on one side. And then you have the other halves of the fan base that is just on some weird shit. But listen, I've said this plenty of times before. I'm going to say it again. This is a 1A, 1B situation. I will not be mad at either or. And we're going to talk about a little bit on why I wouldn't be mad on either or and how it is such a close, tight window as to who I favor more. So without further ado, man, let's just get it started, man. Let's start with Shedeur Sanders, man. Shedeur Sanders is the one that I have been raving about for quite some time. I have watched every single one of his games. Now, no, when I say every single, that includes HBCU, JSU games as well. This dude, man, he has a bunch of false narratives, man, that I'm going to correct. And as you can see, man, the positives. I don't know where that narrative of the lack of arm talent is. Him not being able to throw the deep ball. I don't know where that narrative came from. But that is false. That is absolutely false, man. This dude can make any throw on the field. And not just any throw. He can do it at an elite level. I have to give him credit for his decision making. He is not a quarterback that turns over the ball. He is very smart with the ball. And that is one of the major things on why I am just pushing that campaign for Shedeur Sanders. Like I said, man, accuracy is A1. Could put the ball exactly where it needs to be, but puts the ball in a position for your receiver to make a play. And that's all you can ask for a quarterback to do, man, at the end of the day. Put the ball where a receiver can make a play. That's another thing that this New York Giant fan base, man, that y'all have to separate yourselves from, man. Stop thinking that ball placement is all about putting the ball right at the numbers every single time or right on the money every single time. There are instances, plenty of instances, if you pay attention to the game, to where a quarterback, a good quarterback, who makes plays, is a quarterback that puts the ball in a place to where a receiver can do his thing. Pocket presence, man. That is something also that I don't see people talking about enough. He can make you miss, man. He is very comfortable in that pocket. And he is somebody who, well, we'll talk about it when we talk about the negatives, but he is somebody that is not the fastest, but he is very twitchy, man. It's like he knows where everybody is at. He knows when the pressure is on. And hopefully that element can translate as well to the NFL. And last but not least, man, just a wise dude, man. Wise. I mean, I think it's no secret that he is Deion Sanders' son, but he has been grown up and been taught by the best of the best. He knows the game of football, man. And he definitely knows how to play the position of quarterback. Now, here's some negatives. Some negatives is hero ball. Yes, there are some times when he could just simply throw the ball out and live to see another day. But to be honest with you, if he attacks every play like such, especially with the O line that he has had to play behind, he would not be talked about as much, and he would not make as many plays as he's made. So yes, it's kind of like a gift and a curse type situation. But at the end of the day, when you are going to the NFL, you must know when to hold them and when to fold them. His lack of experience without his dad, aka Coach Prime, he has never played a game without Coach Prime. Coach Prime has coached maybe a game or two without Shedeur, but Shedeur has never played a game without Coach Prime. How that would affect him, only time will tell. But that is definitely something to take into consideration. We can't front about that. And for his first game without his pops as his coach to be in the National Football League, that's quite an adjustment. That is quite an adjustment. So we'll see how much that plays a factor onto him. And as I mentioned, man, this dude is slow. This dude is slow. He doesn't have that breakaway speed. And I know, a lot of us Giant fans, we are waiting on our quarterback that can do something as far as being mobile. But Shedeur, he is not in the likes of, Lamar Jackson. He is not even the likes of who we're talking about in Cam Ward. He's not in the likes of Jaden Daniels, anything like that. Can he make you miss? Yes. But is he breaking away doing something dangerous? Nah. But that is Shedeur Sanders. Now, with Cam Ward. Cam Ward is somebody who I am just excited to see in the National Football League in general. 1A and 1B, I don't even care where you put who. Me personally, y'all have heard me say that I put Shedeur in that 1A category. But let's not sleep on Cam Ward. His rushing ability. Now, he is somebody that can extend plays by taking off, gaining yardage simply by being that quarterback that can run. He is somebody that not also can run, but he can throw on the run, and very accurately, to say the least. Man, the New York Football Giants has never had that. We have watched all these other quarterbacks have that. I would love to have that for once as a New York Giant. He is what I call just a natural football player. A football player, when I say that, I just mean he's one of those guys that you just know was born to do this shit. When the ball is in his hands, the way he reacts to certain players and situations, man, it's what I just call a football player. Some of these guys are, yes, don't, granted, you have to train, you have to, get better at your craft. You have to work on different elements at your game to get better and better. But if I'm keeping it funky with y'all, man, some of these guys are just natural football players. They was just born to do it. Awareness. This dude, man, he knows how to just let the game come to him. He knows how to, man, just be poised, be a poised quarterback. Not a lot of frantic in him. And that's what you would love to see, man. That's what you would love to see in your quarterback for sure. And he's someone that you could just absolutely trust, man. Just as far as just even being an offensive player or in that locker room. Cam Ward is that. When we speak about his attitude, you get to see more and more of his attitude on the behind-the-scenes clips, that well-off media. Deion Sanders Jr., he's behind the camera and does the behind-the-scenes things, all things to Shedeur and things of that nature. But you get to see Cam Ward and his attitude and how he approaches the game. He is someone who has the passion for the game. He ain't just doing this for a check. He loves the game. Who would have loved that, man, to have as a quarterback? Negatives. His time in Miami, he did a lot of just 1-2 reads. It wasn't too much scanning the field like Shedeur. I've seen Shedeur do. It was simple. I'm looking at my first read. I'm looking at my second read, and I'm making a decision. We've had a variation of that. I'm not going to compare him to any of our older quarterbacks, but that's something to pay attention to, man. That is definitely something to pay attention to. We don't want that to be an issue in the National Football League. We want to make sure that he could scan the field, man. Scan the field from 1, 2, 3, even to 4, if necessary. And that also plays into decision making. Look, both negatives on both sides when it comes to Shedeur and Cam Ward. I can't honestly say that these both are not buried in super serious negatives. Something to pay attention to, yes, but nothing that overly worries me. So even with the decision making, it's not to say that he's just a poor decision maker, but he does have spots in decision making that raises an eyebrow. So yes, those are just my opinions on my looks on these things, man. But here, man, let's take a look just at some of the accolades, man, that Cam Ward has accomplished in college football. He holds the record for combined FCS and FBS passing touchdowns with 158. In 2024, he received the Davey O'Brien Award, which is the best college quarterback. He also received the Manning Award winner, the best college quarterback, and was the ACC Offensive Player of the Year. He was a Heisman Trophy finalist, best player in FBS. He led the FBS with 39 passing touchdowns last season, which is a school record. In 2021, he received the SLC Offensive Player of the Year. In 2020, he received the Jerry Rice Award, Best FCS Freshman. Shedeur Sanders, 8th in Heisman voting. He was the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, first team All Big 12. He was also the AP Pac-12 Newcomer of the Year in 2023. In 2023, he also was the first team All Transfer by On3 in the Athletic. And in 2023, he was the All Pac-12 Honorable Mention. Now in 2022, he was the third team FCS Stats Perform All-American. He was the Walter Payton Award finalist. He was the SWAC Championship Game Offensive MVP. He was the SWAC Offensive Player of the Year. He was the first team All SWAC. And he was the Box Toro HBCU Offensive Player of the Year. In 2021, he had the Jerry Rice Award. He was the SWAC Freshman of the Year and second team All SWAC. So, there we have it, man. Cam Ward versus Shedeur, man. Let me know in the comments who you would push for. Who has that edge for you? I've already, shared my piece, but let me iterate just one more time. I will definitely not be mad at either or because I believe that both will be official like a referee's whistle, man. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Giant salute to each and every one of you. And until next time, peace.
Two official, through the flag, blew the whistle, 3 words, 2 initials, T. Naked air lion, naked air tiger, how we swinging iron, walking through the fire, certified pioneer. Yeah. Keep applying pressure to the foes, born closer than I appear, closer than my abyss. Keep away the giant here.